What's up, guys? This is Butcher. In this episode, I'm going to talk about how to prevent throwing, I guess. So, let me paint the scenario for you. You've been playing Pudge, you gotten pretty good, and you're like, I mean, you know what you're doing, like, you know all the tricks, all the whatever works, everything. And most of the times, you win your lane. Um, You either kill the opponent hero before level 6, or you wait for level 6 to level 7, and then you hook him and you kill him, or you hook him at the tower before that. And if you're losing your lane, you know what to do. You try to control the runes, get like a haste rune, this rune, DD rune, try to gank. Like, you know what's up. Like, you know what's happening, right? And then, so, on those good games that you have, the games, suppose you're dominating your lane. You're going against like a Shadow Fiend or a Storm Spirit or something like, I don't know, just any hero, and you're dominating your lane, and you won. You're like, and you rotated, and you killed their carry, and you killed their supports. You got like a triple kill. You're destroying people, like straight up. Like they have a jungler, you killed that jungler like twice. Like, so for example, it's 10 minutes in, you're 10-0, right? You have a ton of gold. You have like, you dominate, right? And then something happens, you die a couple times, right? Either because of your team or because you got cocky, whatever, you get caught out. You die like 2 or 3 times, and then you kind of like get frustrated, and you still try to get kills solo, and the opponent starts five-manning, and you're like complaining and shit, and then you die like a couple more times. So now you're like, you got like maybe 2 kills, you suicided for support, you're like 12-4, 12-5. I hate to break this to you, but you might have thrown the game. You're not always going to have the best team. So pubs, don't always rely on your team. Make it as much on yourself as possible, right? And there's always going to be some fucking retard like some uh shit. Okay, my bad. There's always going to be like a retard, like a carry, or you're going to have all carries on your team and they're not going to do much, or your team synergy is going to be awful. So you can't really rely on your team. I mean, unless you're 5 stacking, you can't really rely on your team. So what do? The best thing to do is whenever they get to that stage where they're five-manning the opponent, you have to realize that shit. Like, you can't, if you're beyond godlike, if you're 10-0, you really don't want to lose that streak. Like, if a carry kills you, then that carry gets like 1,000 gold and like 1,000,000 XP, and like that carry's back in the game. And if the opponent is five-manning, what you need to do, you need to recognize that they're five-manning, and you can't risk it anymore. Like, if you're 10-0, don't play too aggressive. Like, focus on, like, if the opponent is super defensive and they're like five-manning in their jungle, and you have to realize that shit, and you have to farm. Like, farm your lane, try to maybe get towers, like, I don't know, like, if the opponent has a super defensive lineup, like a Caudle and like Tinker and some shit like that, and they're just like, your team is telling you like, you need the five-man push, but you can't, because they have all these defensive heroes and they just kill creep waves, and they're like 3,000 range away from you all the time. They have wards everywhere. You need to realize that shit. So you need to just go farm, like pick a lane, kill the creeps. Like, whenever there's like three heroes on the map, like the two of them can't kill you. Like, make sure they can't kill you. Farm the lane. If they are missing off the map, farm the jungle or something. Have wards. Unless they smoke, they can't kill you. So just farm the jungle. Farm everything solo. Play kind of aggressive and just wait for one of them to get caught out and just don't die. Like, play defensive, and that's how you win. So, for example, you're 10-0, 10 minutes in. If you die twice, for example, if you die once, and the opponent like starts five-manning, and then they get snowball, they get like 2 towers off of your death, and their carry killed you, like they're back in the game. But if you don't die and you farm, they're not gonna farm because they're scared of you. Like, they're gonna keep five-manning, and the problem with five-manning is if they're five-manning and everything is passive, your team is farming like regular, like you're not five-manning, uh, you're not pushing towers, you have like a carry who's like whatever rice farming, you're on the other side of the map, like on their safe lane, farming their jungle or something, and they're in their base and they're clumped up and they're like, they don't know what to do, they're scared. You're gonna get so much more gold to them, and even if they have a super late game team. Like even if they have three carries and you have like one, but you have so much more fucking gold. Like you're 10-0 and all of them are like I don't know, whatever. They're like their kill death ratio is bad. So just chill out, don't get cocky, and just farm. And like this is what I love to do. Like the heroes that could do this, those are the heroes that I love. Like you snowball in the beginning, kinda, and then you just farm like their lane, and you're never with your team, so you always get solo experience. You if you kill the crate wave, you go to the jungle, and you get so much more experience, and you just keep farming, and then you just like you have like three more items in their carry, right? And then when they make a mistake or your team gets strong enough, then you can decide to push. But just don't go by yourself. After you go 10-0 and they're 5-man, you need to realize that. So you need to go with your team whenever you are fighting. And unless it's a super easy, obvious kill, unless you're safe, don't like blink in whenever there's like four heroes off the map or three heroes off the map. And if they're all if they're all missing off the map, don't be like cocky like I can't die, like they're all scared and shit. They might be ganking you. And that's what you do against a pudge that does snowball. You tell your team, okay, we need to deal with this fucking pudge. So you snowball and you kill that person with the streak. Or against any other hero. If a hero is snowballing like crazy, like if a void is 5-0, you need to do something about it. So you need to tell your team, or you need to gank. Like if you're playing against a snowballing hero, you need to kill that hero, and then he'll probably get cocky and whatever, and he'll fuck up even more. That's how you beat a snowballing hero. And how to win with a snowballing hero, you just don't die. Like you can't lose that streak, you can't give out that momentum. Like if you go 10-0 and you just farm for the next like 20 minutes and your team farms, you're gonna be like 30,000 gold ahead, like 20,000 experience ahead, and then you can just like push a lane, just destroy them. But don't throw and don't go by yourself. Another thing, baiting. So if an opponent hero is snowballing, bait him. Like if you see that your mid is feeding, right? If you have like a sniper against like a storm spirit, and you're a support hero or even like a carry like a void, and you know that your mid hero is going back. He just died. He's gonna go back to lane, and you know that. So you need to have a TP ready, or even better, you need to, if you're a support, just wait in the trees right behind that sniper. And when the storm spirit jumps him into the tower range because he's so cocky, like the storm spirit's like 5-0, and the sniper's just like feeding, just protect that sniper, like bait that sniper. Even if the storm kills the sniper, you kill the storm spirit maybe, and then like he's not gonna be like. The storm is not going to be as aggressive anymore, and he's going to be kind of scared. Like, what if there's a support hero, like whatever, or you killed him, which is good. Like, you don't want to have a hero snowballing like that, so you need to catch him off guard. And that's what I love to do if I have a squishy carry and they're off the map. So instead of farming, I just stand behind my carry. So if I have like a sniper farming my safe lane, and I see that they're all missing off the map, and it's like 10 minutes in, just like. You know, you can't really farm your lane because they might gank you. So what you do, you TP bottom or TP to your safe lane or whatever, and just stay in the woods and wait for them to gank sniper. And if you get good at this, if you get good at predicting what the opposing team is doing, like if they're off the map, they're ganking somebody, so you're like either have a TP ready or be waiting literally right there, like 1,000 units away from the hero that's about to get killed to hook somebody. Dude, if you get good at that, even at the high level games, you're gonna dominate people like straight up. Like if you could predict the movements of your enemy team before, like just wait there, or tell your team like they're about to gank this hero. We need to either be ready to TP or we need to just wait behind them. And you'll be surprised how much that works, because in pubs, people, I mean, they take chances and they're like they go YOLO, like they don't really care about dying that much. But if they're a snowballing hero and they get baited, like they go on a hero and they just get destroyed, then they're no longer snowballing. Like you can control them, and that's how you control a hero, right? So you have to always be aware of who's doing good on the map and who's doing bad on the map. The heroes that are doing bad, you don't really need to worry about them unless it's like a tinker. I mean, unless it's like a tinker, then you just want to like destroy them throughout the just like chase them around the map. If it's an anti-mage, chase them around the map. Void, chase them around the map. I mean, those kind of heroes. But if it's like a support hero, you don't really need to worry about that shit. Like, or if it's a jungler, then you do need to worry about him. Like, if a Doombringer jungle is undisturbed for 15 minutes, something is wrong. You need to gank him earlier, but yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I hope you see the point of what I'm trying to say. I mean, I'm saying the same shit over and over again, but this is important. Like, if you just like think about it and just see the movements on the map and try to predict people, and that's where wards come in. That's why wards are so important, because if you have wards and you see the opponent, like for example, 5 of them are going into your jungle, and you see that, then you can prepare against that so much better than if you don't see them. And that's basically how Dota works. Like you either see them or you wait for them, and the team that messes up the most loses. It's not that the team that wins is the best. It's just that the team that loses messed up the most. And that's if you do go late game with any hero, you need to just be aware that you can't throw. You have to have buyback. You have to pick your items wisely, like BKB a lot of times if you're going up against a lot of heroes with disables. And you need to have perfect positioning for your fights. Like, you need to realize the fights that you should take and the fights that you shouldn't take. Like, and the best fights to take are usually the ones if they're carry TP'd somewhere and they're like, for example, the opponent is split push and is 5-manning. If one of them TPs, if you see like a carry TP to another lane to farm, that's when you fight. Or if you're losing, just defend your base, don't get caught out. If you see their carry farming by himself, that's when you gank him. I mean, late game, you just play a bunch of games and you learn it, but when you fuck up enough and you care enough, you're gonna learn, and it's just gonna come naturally. But you can accelerate the process of getting better at playing the game as a team by just thinking about it. Like, think about it more. Like, why did I lose that game? Oh, because I got caught out. Or because we took that bad fight. And Dota can end pretty fast. And another thing I like to point out, this is probably the last thing. The team that usually wins is the team that can push down towers very, very fast. So if you have a team with no physical DPS, but you're dominating, like you're going like you're 30-10, destroying the opponent team. But if it takes you 1 minute to kill a tier 3 tower, something is wrong. Like you might fuck up. Like, the faster you can kill the towers, the faster you can throw, and the faster you can capitalize off of a team fight. And then you can almost split push always. If you have good DPS against towers like a tiny, then you could just split push if you're losing, and then break the team apart. If you're going up against a good 5-man team fight team and you don't have a split pusher, or you don't have a way to kill towers fast, you basically lost. And that's why lately I love playing Tiny. Tiny is like one of my new favorite heroes now, because Tiny, like, he can kill people early game with the combo. He's pretty tanky. He's super fast. I love fast heroes, man. Every single hero I play now, I build movement speed. That's why I've been getting Mask of Madness on Pudge a lot, because dude, it's so fucking fun, dude. I'm telling you, like, when your movement speed is 500 on any hero, you just like you have a serious advantage over the opponent heroes. Like, you can leave, you can get out, you can chase so much easier. That's why people get blink daggers, because you can chase. Like, the heroes that can chase are usually like they're very strong. Like Slardar, Storm Spirit, or like very mobile heroes are very strong heroes because they can move around the map. That's why Boot to Travels, is I like Boot to Travels now. Like, I get it earlier and earlier, because like when it gets to late game and you don't have Boot to Travels, you're pretty much fucked. Like, you have to spend so much time moving around the map, it's stupid. So if it's like 40 minutes in, you should have a Boot to Travels. Pretty much. Like, I would pick Boots of Travels over most items if it's 40 minutes in, even if it's 30 minutes in. And also, I've been getting a lot of Shadow Blade because of the movement speed, and Shadow Blade gives you physical DPS, and it's like a blink dagger. It's not that much more expensive, but it gives you physical DPS and attack speed, which is good. So you can sneak up on heroes, and plus the opponents waste money on sentries and stuff. I mean, it's a pub item. Lothars is a pub item, but you can get it on any hero. So Mask of Madness Lothars is good on 80% of the heroes, like you can build it. Plus the Mask of Madness helps you farm faster around the map. If the opponent is like in their base, you can move around the map a lot faster. Alright, I'm rambling, so thanks for watching, guys. I mean, yeah, and I've been, the reason I haven't been uploading too many videos, this week, I had like 5 tests, so I've been really busy. But spring break has started for me just now, so in the next 2 weeks or so, I'm gonna be pretty free. So I'm gonna post a lot of videos, and mostly I'm gonna start posting videos about what you call it, just full replays with commentary. I'm gonna try to comment on. I mean, I've been getting good at commenting and focusing, kind of like multitasking it. Yeah. I mean, and those easy videos are the easiest to film, to record for me. And the the thing about highlight videos that I don't like is, suppose I'm like, it's not like when I'm making a highlight video, like, and I'm playing games, I take risks that I shouldn't take, and my gameplay changes. Like if I'm playing ranked, I'm rarely gonna have like ridiculously good moments unless it's prolonged team fights and I just like I hook people from far away and I just hook like 5 times within a team fight, and that's skill, picking the right time and not dying. Uh, but those blind hooks and like really show off hooks, most of the hooks in the highlight videos are kind of showing off, like kind of like low probability hooks, and those are not really the hooks that make you a good pudge player. I mean, they look cool and everything. So what I'm trying to say is, when I'm trying to make a highlight video, I don't really care if I win or lose the game. I'm just trying to throw out a bunch of low probability hooks and try to see if I can hook one. And yeah, I take a lot of risks, so I die a lot, which might not be always the best thing for my team. So if I'm playing a serious game, it's usually not gonna be a highlight video game. But if I'm playing like a pubs game, I just don't give a fuck, and I don't really care about dying. I just throw out a bunch of hooks, and most of them are blind hooks, and I try to show off or try to cut it as close as I can, like whatever, survive with like 50 HP. But if I get a kill, then it's awesome. So yeah, new videos coming up. Thanks, guys. See ya.